High school was very different from all school before it. We learned more, and we learned different things. I learned as much about the other people that I went to school with as I learned about the subjects that I studied. I learned that we are not all the same. It was very different from when we were little kids. I learned what sort of girls I liked very fast. Yes, girls, females, women. I had lots of friends that were girls growing up. I loved Ernesto, my sister. I still do. And while, yes, we had our share of challenges over the years, we were best friends. I was confident that I understood females. We were all different and all the same. Girls could be cool, it just depended on what they liked. It was just a matter of upbringing. My grandpop, Ernesto, had taught me that it was how we grow up that made us who we are. He taught me to apply that formula to my sister, and she turned out awesome. In school, I noticed that some girls in my class must have had brothers who were able to train them to be cool because they enjoyed the same things that I did. They liked going outside. They liked sports and nature. We found the same things exciting and fun. They appreciated my favorite TV shows. Some of my best friends growing up were girls. These girls were girls that I shared a lot in common. That was not the case with all girls. It all started at school. I was in a homeroom class, and a girl named Brittany was looking at me. I went to the bathroom to see if I had a booger on me or something. Nope, all was good. As I went into math class, she was there again. This time, accompanied by Laura and Chelsea, two girls that were part of her group. These were not girls that I hung out with. These girls took tons of selfies, even in school, and seemed to spend a lot of time at the mall. In class, they talked about themselves a lot, and I would hear things like, I think, I feel, I want, and they also always discussed clothes and celebrities, things that I had no interest in, and they giggled a lot. It seems like they did no schoolwork. I thought they were kind of lame. The next day, in homeroom, there was Brittany again. This time, she sat in the chair behind me. I sat next to my friend Alex. Alex was telling me about her dad's new grant to work with monkeys on an island down south. That sounded really cool. Brittany and Chelsea seemed to be listening, and they whispered something and started giggling, and I looked back at them, and they stopped laughing, and they just sat there, smiling. It was weird. After homeroom, I went to my classes and continued to go about my day. Brittany also seemed to be going about my day. Like she was everywhere. In math class, she sat behind me again. In English, she sat next to me in the same seat that Alex usually sat in. Alex sat on the other side next to me. She was sort of quiet, which was unusual for her. In civics, Brittany sat in front of me. Even at lunch, she and her friends sat near my friends and me. It was sort of weird. For the next couple of days, this weirdness continued. Alex became more and more quiet. Now I was feeling a bit uncomfortable. I was starting to worry about Alex. On Saturday, my mom took me shopping at the mall for some new clothes. As we were eating our mall food in the food court, I heard giggling. Looking over my shoulder, I saw Brittany and her friends were sitting together a little way away from us. Brittany was with Chelsea and Laura and a few other boys and girls. And they were taking pictures on their phones and doing what else, I don't know. Brittany kept looking over at me and waving. I kept eating my mall food and telling my mom about Alex's dad's cool new project. I think that girl likes you, Jason, my mom said. I don't know, I said. Why would she like me? I've never talked to her. We had nothing in common. She always laughs and points when Alex and I are talking in class. I think that it makes Alex feel uncomfortable, too. She might be trying to get your attention, Mom said. By making fun of us? I asked. That was not how Mom and Dad had taught me to behave. She might be acting like that because she's jealous of Alex, Mom said. You two are such great friends. Well, I don't like it, I said. Alex is my friend. And Mom smiled and said, that means that Daddy and I did a good job. I had no idea what she meant by that. Sometimes women say strange things. On Monday, back at school, I saw Brittany was sitting in the chair that Alex always sat in, next to where I usually sat. Alex was sitting by the window, so I walked over and I sat with Alex. She seemed like she was in a really bad mood and didn't want to chat, so I just sat with her. As the day went on, I noticed that Brittany was always around. I also found that every time I talked to Alex, she and her friends would start giggling, and now they were pointing and whispering. Weird. Alex just became even more quiet and seemed like she was mad at me. I had no idea what was going on, and while Brittany and her giggly friends were annoying, I still couldn't get why they were pointing at Alex. They never talked to Alex, and she had no interest in them. Weird. And I couldn't get why it was bugging Alex so much. She was always so confident and laid back. Nothing bothered her. Finally, I just asked her what was wrong. Is everything okay, Alex? Sure. Why? She responded. You seem down, I said. You aren't yourself. Oh, she said. I don't know why. But Brittany keeps laughing at everything I do. She never paid any attention to me before. I don't know what I did. Well, I said I wouldn't worry about it. I mean, she's sort of annoying. I don't know why she keeps sitting near us, but if it's to make fun of you, she's even lamer than I thought she was. I made my mind up that if Brittany and her friends did it again, I would tell her that. Jason, I think she likes you, Alex said. You know, like she likes you. Well, I don't like her, especially when she's rude to one of my best friends. And it was true. I couldn't understand why Brittany would be rude to someone who's friends with someone she likes. That doesn't make sense. Later, in bio, which was my favorite class, Alex seemed to be feeling a little better. I even made her laugh. And then I noticed that Brittany and her friends were giggling and pointing at Alex again. This had to stop. I got up and walked over to them. What's so funny? Nothing, Brittany said, smiling. I saw you at the mall over the weekend. Why didn't you come over and say hi? Why are you giving Alex a hard time? We just don't get it, Brittany said. Why do you hang out with her? She's kind of lame. I hang out with Alex because she's my friend. We have a lot in common and she's a nice person to talk to. She's the opposite of lame. I think it's lame to be mean to someone because you're jealous of them. And I would appreciate it if you left her alone. And then I walked back and I sat down with my friend. That felt surprisingly good. I knew that Brittany and her friends were like popular, but at the same time, I didn't know what that really meant. And to be honest, even if I did at the time, I didn't care. Later, I came to understand why my mom had said that she and Dad had done a good job. It was because she wanted me to value genuine qualities in people over shallowness. Alex was a genuine person, and she still is. As a grown-up, I understand that Brittany was a product of how she was raised, as was I, as was Alex. The lesson that I took from that was that I know what I want my kids to be a product of. My kids will value the same things that I do in others. That is how we become who we are. Thank you for watching. Please click on my right to subscribe if you like the video. And don't forget to click on the bell icon when you subscribe so that you can be notified when we upload a new video. Watch more videos on the left, including our playlist. And thank you again.